So let's start. What is pen testing? What are we talking about today? By definition, it's a method of testing where testers target individual binary components or the applications as a whole to determine whether intra or inter-component vulnerabilities can be exploited to compromise the application, its data, or its environmental resources. In other words, can they get into us? And if they can, what can they do? And so the pen testing is there to really test our defenses by actively attacking them.
Yeah, and the key part here is that it separates it for something like a vulnerability assessment is the exploitation of the findings. That's what really sets apart a penetration test, is someone has a goal, and that goal can be try to own as many machines as possible in the target network. It can be try to get specific data, but they're actually running exploits in your network. That's part of what a pen test is.
Right, they're trying to get in and often succeed. And the point is understanding those methodologies and the risks associated. That's really what we're focusing in on today. All right, so let's start by talking about ethical hacking. And we put a question mark here. The reason we did is some people think of pen testing as ethical hacking, and I think we would all disagree. We would say it's a subset of ethical hacking, right? Because you can be a pen tester with purely good intentions and doing everything the right way and doing it everything ethically in order to find the vulnerabilities before somebody else uses them and then exploiting those vulnerabilities. That's the part we need to talk about.
So I always like to break it out as pen testing is a tool of ethical hacking. Ethical hacking includes other things like we will talk about bug bounties sometimes, where companies will pay hackers to find a way in. I am currently engaged in one, trying to get in because they put good sized bounties on. Ethical hacking is the whole set of everything you do. These are just tools.
Yeah, so it was interesting to me because it seemed somewhat obvious to me, to be perfectly honest. And then I noticed there were some articles out there trying to explain the difference between ethical hacking. You can see we got this prompt from an IT governance blog, ethical hacking versus penetration testing, what's the difference? So we thought we would spend a few minutes to talk about it just because there is some confusion in some spheres. Ethical hacking is not one-to-one equivalent to penetration testing. Penetration testing is an engagement, and as Ron pointed out, it's a subset.
And it's a really good point. And we wanted to make that distinction because we feel that that's where a lot of people start to get lost in this process when we define pen testing versus other methodologies.
Right.